Seeing as it's the start of a new year and everyone is looking towards the future, I thought I'd look at a game that gives a futuristic spin on a classic game. We've dealt with racing games from the past. Now, let's look at a game set in the future world of 2019. Shit. So here we have another piece of entertainment based in a fictional future that has now been overtaken by history. Outrun 2019 started life as a game being developed for the Mega CD, titled Cyber Road. Development shifted to the Mega Drive, probably because the Mega CD was a dead duck and there was a much larger install base on the Mega Drive. On the Mega Drive, it was renamed Junkers High, and up until its final release, that's what they were going to go with. That would have been great, wouldn't it? Mum, Dad, I want a game for Christmas. What is it, son? Junkers High! Yeah, you're not playing video games anymore. Luckily, just before release, the developers managed to get the rights to use the Outrun name. And with the futuristic setting, the final release name was Outrun 2019. In my research, it seems both Hertz and Simsco are credited as developers of this game, although I cannot determine who did what and when. It's all very convoluted. Sega were a parent company of Simsco, and Hertz were the company responsible for ports of Outrun and Turbo Outrun to the Mega Drive. So it seems kind of obvious why Sega gave them permission to use the Outrun name. It's likely both parties simply saw the logic in making the game part of the Outrun series. The game has very similar dynamics to Outrun, but its setting and aesthetic are completely different, and having Outrun in the title seems a little strange. The game got pretty average reviews on its release in 1993, with most reviews stating that it was a pretty mediocre and run-of-the-mill Outrun-like racing game. So with pretty average reviews and a concept that's been done before, you may ask, why is this game in a best of the best racing game episode? Well, I went back and forth on this for a long time, but there is just something I love about this game. While it keeps similar gameplay to Outrun, it does spice things up with new gameplay mechanics such as tunnels, bridges that take you to a different level of the track, with sides that are sometimes open, meaning a careless driver can fall off. There are air boosting pads that send you rocketing into the air over terrain that will slow you down if you miss the pad. It has some really nice futuristic backgrounds, with huge futuristic cityscapes shining out in the night and darker tones overall. This all sets the scene for this world where a dark and dingy future contrasts nicely with the bright and summery feel of the original. It's not all doom and gloom though, as some levels have some greenery and more scenic terrain, more in line with the original Outrun. As a sci-fi fan, these futuristic sections really got the juices flowing. And if that wasn't enough, you have a rocket-powered car that can go 600 kilometers per hour, which needless to say is a lot faster than the Testarossa. Maybe in the future, NASA are building cars or something. When you reach full speed, a turbo mode gets switched on automatically and you go crazy fast, which is sometimes great, and other times really not great at all. It's a fantastic mechanic that means you have to think about how fast you are going and if it's really the best thing for where you are. The music is decent and has good tunes, but overall it cannot touch the awesome music from the original. It does match the new setting well though, and gets the job done. This is one of those games that on first playing doesn't seem like anything special, but as you play it more and more, you really get a sense of how well it all feels. The racing in this game is great, and with its branching paths and separate stages there is a good amount of replay value, and it can be very addictive. In all honesty, I found this game played just as good as the original, and with the new gameplay mechanics and visual aesthetic, I found that there was a lot to enjoy, and it can be a lot deeper than the original game. It adhered to my more pessimistic outlook, and there is some really great racing to be had. You do feel like you are racing in the future, and the game does a fantastic job of creating a futuristic world to put the pedal to the metal. The Outrun name definitely helps this game get noticed, but even without it, it's a great game, and one of the best on the Mega Drive in my opinion. I'd say get it right now and have some futuristic, just have some racing fun.